treated us to some fresh new spray suits, as I said I was going to, and I wasn't going to wear that stinky one again. Yeah, so I'll put it on time lapse, and we'll start putting some direct gloss on. We're going to go for 4 coats on this. The first one will be a bit of a 3/4 or half to 3/4 gripper coat, and then we'll see if we're happy and we'll let her know. So yeah, I'll put it on time lapse. Keep watching. Okay, that is the 2+2 Johnny Longdoor Limousine Clown Shoe Greenhouse Series 1 2+2 E-Type, it's a long name, into colour. We've put 4 coats on the car of direct gloss, and we will now leave it for a week before we start the wet flatting stage. So we'll get it out the booth and in the workshop, because we've got a couple other things to get in that we need to start working on. But yeah, it all went very smoothly, not very much shit in the paint, which is nice. I haven't even seen an enoughometer. And if you don't know what an enoughometer is, normally they occur somewhere around here, and they go all the way down, and then sometimes they start to drip down onto the floor. But I haven't actually seen any of those yet, so that is a good thing. One less thing to try and wet flat out. So yeah, that's basically it. If you've got any questions or anything you want to know about how we've done this, make sure you put it in the comments. We'll try and get back to you, and keep watching. I know I've said it a few times already, but we are actually very near the end of this quite extensive restoration of the body and paint. And yeah, there's a few more hours left. There'll be about 50 to 60 hours of wet flatting and polishing, and then we'll put all the panels back on. Final clean, final wax, and it'll be ready to go. So make sure you keep watching, you hit the like button and subscribe, and make sure you watch some of our other videos. Get over there now and have a look. I feel like this is very staged.
Yep.
Very staged.
We're doing it for real life.
We are doing it for real life, not actually staged. So, as you've seen, AD has gone around the shell and everything with the fine line, and he's halfway through wet flattening that. I've already done the doors and the boot, and I'm about to start the bonnet. We've got quite a good gun finish on this, so we're going to go straight on with 1500, wet, then 2000, then 3000, and then polish. So that's what we're going to do. The wet flatten stage normally takes about 60 hours. No, it's quite a lot to do, a lot of stages to go through. Like I said, we have to go over it 3 times, the whole thing, and then polish it. So that's going to be this week's very exciting job. And I'm going to try and make it as entertaining as possible for you. So keep watching. There's a bit of peel here. Can you see the peel in the camera? Can you see that like orange peel? Or does it just look shiny? Let's find somewhere else. We'll find somewhere else so I can show you some peel.
Find some terrible paint
Let
somewhere.
me try and find a bit of terrible paint job on here. It's annoyingly quite good actually.
No.
No peel.
I did a minute ago.
I might be able
Oh,
to show
here.
you actually on
Here.
the...
On the bowls, right where you want to start.
It's really hard. White is quite a hard colour to flat and polish because it's hard to actually see the reflection of what you're trying to work on.
It's perfect
and you
for
end
hiding
up,
stuff.
you're staring at it so much, you end up going a bit snowblind when you're trying to do it, seeing the scratches and everything. But That's boring. Also quite boring is I'm gonna use a 3M squeegee to wet flat the whole thing so it keeps a nice flat surface, otherwise you end up with your finger sort of tram lines as you're going through. And then we'll use our hand when we start going in these curves. But for pretty much the whole car, we end up using the squeegees to keep it as flat as possible, get that glass finish. If we get a big car, like a flat-sided car, like a DB Aston, we'll use the longer block to wet flat.
The Durablock.
Yeah, to wet flat. But for this, we will use the squeegee because we've got curves going that way and that way and that way. So that's what we're going to do. I'll do a little bit now so you can actually see me take some of the orange peel off. On the bulge, is that what you're filming?
Yeah. Right there, there's the skylight. Yeah. Yeah.
Here. The most common question I get asked about this wet flatting is how do you know how far to wet flat it? There's two sort of answers really. One, you fuck a lot of jobs up and you keep rubbing until you see the primer come through and you realise you've gone too far. But that only comes with time. The other thing is, use your squeegee, flat it down, and then you can squeegee off your residue. And again, it's going to be hard because it's white. You'll be able to see the difference between this being completely flat, and as it goes in here, it starts to go orange peel, and you can see it. Can you see that?
It's dried up now, and yes, you can.
Yeah, just there, like, see that? So where we flatted here, you can see we've got rid of that orange peel. It doesn't take a lot if you get a good gun finish. If you don't get a good gun finish, you can always start with something coarser, 1200, maybe 1000. If you're really bad, 40 grit on the DA, back to bare metal. And that's what we're gonna do now. We're just gonna continue flattening this all down and polish it up. So we'll key some music and keep watching because we're nearly at the end of the video and it's also the end of the series of restoring this car.
More energy, more footwork, more energy, more passion, more passion, more energy, more footwork, more footwork.
Yes, yes, yes. As you've seen from the time lapse, Stan is putting the front end on. At the minute, he's just about to take that little bit off because he put the wrong bolt in. And the shell, Aid.
What?
Say something then.
Hello.
There we go. Aid is over here, and he's been over the whole shell with the 3000 on the DA, and he's now on the polishing mop.
On this.
There it is.
Yeah.
Going over. So he's gone across the roof, and he's gone down the other side. There's Stan again.
On the outside.
He's gone down the back wing, and he's working his way down there and round to this side. Whilst he's been doing that, I have been polishing the bonnet and the doors and the boot ready to go on. So they've also all been 3000 as well, and machine polished. They've only had the first go over with the green top, the 3M. Where is it? Here we go. With the 3M Fast Cut Plus. So once the car's all built up, we will go over the whole thing again with the compound, and then we'll give it a yellow top as well to make sure that we've got the finish we want. This door, as you can see here, if you can see, is still in the 3000 stage. So once I've done the door over there, I'll then do this one, and we can demask it and start actually getting the hinges and all the catches on and panel it back up. And that is quite an exciting time. But we're just waiting for Stan to sort this issue out here that he's doing. You want to say anything to Stan or not?
Someone's put too much paint on there.
Doesn't sound very. That doesn't sound believable, does it? No. So keep watching because we're nearly there, and it's very exciting. Look how excited everyone is.
Yeah.
Well, for what? It's only a bit of tape. Do you not really want to watch this?
Want to watch me doing that still?
If anyone's actually still watching, no one's got this far in the video. I haven't even edited this far. I got bored and just left it. It's all just for like leftover stuff.
You're setting me off with the direction that you're picking them off of.
I'm you're only filming because you want me to pull a massive piece of paint off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just want to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Put that video and make you mask it all out.
Oh, you already touched it up.
Yeah.
And then he's like. You don't get none of that here. Been prepped properly, isn't it?
You don't get any of that here.
Well, that made me jump.
Do it again.
I will talk to you in a minute. I'm just a little bit tense.
I'll flick the radio off.
Okay.
You know, I was getting a bit sweaty just watching.
This is one of the worst parts of the job, is the final fit. Obviously, the last time the panels were on was just before we started the wet flatten stages of the primer. So that's, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago. So yeah, this is the last time they're going on, and I would normally have 2 of us here like, but I've come in this morning like, do that on my own. That's what I'm doing. I've got that door on. I've literally, as you've just seen, sat this one into. It's all loose, nothing lines up. We've got some tape and some cloth, and I'm just going to jiggle this around and start getting the gap how I want it to be, so it's all nice across here. And then, once I've done that, we will then fit the actual door catches. So you get the door fitting where you want, so it shuts, and then you put the catch on and line that up with the door, because you don't want it to be like some of the classics. You do, you open the door and it goes like that, or you go shut it, so you got to lift the door. You don't want that. So you get the door, fit in the hole, line the catch up, nice double click as you've seen already. Perfect. So that's what I'm doing. Stop filming now whilst I finish. Let's have a little look at her then. Come and have a look at that. Nice fit then on that. Also, hang on a minute, Aid. No. Aidy's just giving it Aidy's giving it its final yellow compound. Which is over there, the extra fine. That'll get rid of the smeariness you might have seen from the green over it. So I've fitted the doors now. I've also, I don't know if I told you this or not, the insides of the doors, I've stone chip wrapped aligned those to help with, one, it looks nice, and two, it'll help with a little bit of the sound deadening. And it looks a bit better than if you try and get the colour in there. It sometimes looks a bit rubbish. So that is that. Oh, done. So Aidy's going to finish mopping the car, and it's ready to be picked up and go off to be built. So I hope you have enjoyed the videos. I don't know how many there were, like 6 or 7 episodes. Some of them were a bit rubbish, weren't they? You can write that in the comments. I don't mind if they're... I don't mind if they were a bit rubbish, you can say that. But the whole point is, you got to see the whole process of a bare metal restoration, doing all the metal work through the paint stages. And that is basically how it happens. It can all be super exciting. Make sure that you comment and give Stan and Aidy and Steve some love in the comments, because they put a lot into this. Stan, don't cry, Stan, don't cry. Come on, don't cry. That's just, I didn't mean it. You didn't do that good. Yeah, let them know that you like what they've done. I'm definitely appreciate what they've done. I know the customer will. And I know I said before, we put about 1,500 hours into the metalwork. We put another 400 hours into the paint, so we're at 1,900 hours for this build. That was over 2 years, so it wasn't constant on and off. Obviously, the delays with that bonnet issue and sourcing parts and other projects were going on. What else do you want to know? Make sure you go and watch our other videos. Some of them are for like restoration. There's just paint ones, there's just leading ones, there's just any little specific things. Anything else you want us... Anything else you would like us to do a video on, drop it in the comments and we'll try and do that, because we do appreciate your feedback. We are putting a bit of effort into the YouTube content, even though you might watch it and feel like we haven't done anything. To prepare the videos, we will get the car outside. Stan's going to do some of his like beauties and stuff he does, where he's like that. I'll put some music on just to finish the video off, and stay tuned for some more videos of some restorations, because that's what we do. We don't do anything else.
What are we doing next?
Don't know. Do you want to add anything?
No.
Okay. Bye.
Cheery pop.
What colour I would have done it.
And on sausages, Stan needs to do his beauty shot so we can see this car finished. Roll the music, man.